Joining me now to talk about how the impact of this sweeping decision may unfold, former Treasury Secretary under Bill Clinton and top economic advisor under Barack Obama, Larry Summers. Secretary Summers, thank you so much for joining me this morning. Really appreciate your time. As you know, Canada and Mexico now plan to retaliate in kind with tariffs. So a lot of people are wondering how it may impact them. How quickly do you think Americans will see the impact on prices and on what goods?
This is what economists would call a self-inflicted supply shock. It means less supply because we're taxing foreign suppliers, and that will mean higher prices and lower quantities. This is a self-inflicted wound to the American economy. I'd expect inflation over the next 3 or 4 months to be higher as a consequence because the price level has to go up when you put a levy on goods that people are buying. And of course, everybody who competes with a Canadian or Mexican supplier is getting a good deal. And so they'll raise their margins as well. And everybody who uses an input from Canada or Mexico in their production is going to have a cost shock, and they're going to pass it on to consumers. When consumers are paying those higher prices for the imported goods, they're going to have less money to spend on other things, and that's going to tend to push the economy downwards as well. So the idea usually in policy is to make there be lower prices and higher quantity. That's what, for example, the Keystone Pipeline would have done for oil. And I thought President Trump was right to criticize President Biden for not allowing that Keystone Pipeline. But this is exactly the opposite. Less coming in and higher prices. Inflation might go up over the next 9 months by as much as 1%, just at a moment when we were trying to bring it down to target. So I can't see anything good as policy about this.
Secretary Summers, the White House says the president is taking this action to halt illegal immigration and stop the flow of drugs like fentanyl into the country. Now, he did threaten tariffs on Colombia after the country turned back some military planes carrying deported migrants. The country ultimately listened. They reached a deal. So I guess the question is, could these tariffs actually work in helping Trump achieve the policy objective that he's seeking?
Colombia assertion you just made respectfully is just wrong. In the Biden administration, there were hundreds of flights where Colombians were repatriated, and Colombia accepted that. The president engaged in a lot of theater with military planes, then had a big conflict, and then got us back to right where we were before. No victory of any significant kind, no more people being able to be repatriated to Colombia as a consequence.
But the question is the policy objective, can it be achieved? Is to deal with immigration and fentanyl to stop the flow of that. They believe it can.
I don't think so. I don't think these other countries are likely to accept meaningful changes in policy. Think about what giving into a bully does. It invites more bullying. And any other country that was thinking of moving in our direction is now surely not going to do that when they think we'll just pocket the concession and make more threats. And other countries might even move in the wrong direction so they have something to give up if they're subject to this kind of attack. Look, on the playground or in international relations, bullying is not an enduringly winning strategy. And that's what this is. I'll tell you who the winner here is. The winner here is Xi Jinping. We've given him an excuse for his own economic failures. We've moved to drive some of our closest allies into his arms. We've weakened our own economy, And at a time when we're calling him out for ignoring international norms, we're legitimating everything he's doing by violating all the international norms that we set up. So this is a wound to our own economy that's also doing a big favor to Xi Jinping.
All right, Secretary Larry Summers, thanks you so much for joining me this morning and sharing your perspective. Really appreciate your time.